Grab the stick and twist it!
Because it is my harmony. That is the truth of what you miss. Time to return to harmony.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. It's Friday. It's a 3-day weekend for those of you who have the Monday through Friday 9 to 5 grind. This is the one and only Mr. Kagiwara. So today we have a very special episode of the Battle History Podcast. I would say this is the countdown leading to the Connoisseurs Clash, which was the logo right above just a second ago. Now, this guest, I don't think she needs any introduction. I mean, she is a fellow claw player, and she embodies that Sugo no Bi, the nails of beauty, I would say, you know. Maybe not as much as my wife, because she's number one, but she's up there, for sure, you know. But, yeah, definitely she is one of the Chosen 8. She is now going to be the first. She would have been technically the second, because we had to reschedule with Yasuko, but she's going to be the first of the Chosen 8 that are going to be on the Battle History Podcast leading up to the Connoisseurs Clash October 2nd, where we're going to be raising money for the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance. You know, you may know her if you're from Sacktown, or if you frequented WNF NorCal when they had WNF. So yeah, I just want to give a big warm Kagiwara family welcome to TatsunamiLani. What is up?
How are you doing today?
I'm chilling. Thank you so much for stopping by and talking with me after your crazy airplane ride, from what I hear, your crazy loaded schedule.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we made it just on time. I had to make sure that.
That's crazy. Well, you know, for anyone who's new to seeing you or new to, you know, seeing you or hearing of you, if you could give us a quick introduction, who you are and all that other jazz, and then we'll get right into the heavy stuff.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Lani. I also go by Tatsuna. You know, my Twitter handle is TatsunamiLani. I am a claw player, and I've been playing claw since about season 2.5, and we made it pretty far. I mean, I'm from Northern California, and I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. You know, I'm here.
Nice, welcome, and we're super happy to have you. I'm honestly, when I came up with, because we did a Con Clash last year in July, it was 16 of actually it was mixed because we had Cyril Blast on there and they're trans, and you know, it wasn't a charity thing. And we had live commentary, like we did it all at my folks' house because they have a really nice living room. So I was like, yo, let me borrow this for a set. And that was cool. But this time we're going to do it more or less 100% online. And, you know, this time around I want it to have a bigger meaning. You know, we are going to be raising money for the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance. And, you know, that particular charity rung well with me because I lost my aunt in 2019 to ovarian cancer. So this is my way of saying, you know, hey, Auntie G, like, you know, we're here, we care, and all that jazz. I know there's a big reason for you to want to join and play. And if you want to divulge into that, if you don't mind, you know, that'd be awesome. Because you were literally, when I thought about it, sorry, I just wanted to finish. It just came back to me. You were one of the first ones like, God fucking, I hope she says yes. Like, I hope she says yes. And that one, because you play Claw, that was the main reason. And then what you told me on the DM, it made me think of like, oh shit, like this is a big reason for you to want to come in here and bloody some bitches up.
You know, yeah, actually, I really appreciate what you're doing. I'm very sorry for your loss with your aunt. Once again, we did talk a little bit about that. I also lost my grandmother. It was the first death I've ever experienced in the family to ovarian cancer. And I'm actually her namesake. So, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm her namesake. So, I mean, my first name is Narelle, but I go by Lonnie in the FGC. My grandma is Longy. Yeah, my aunt, she has like a little tattoo. She has the ovarian cancer ribbon on her ankle. Like, okay. It's a really big thing. And honestly, like it means so much for you to come to me and actually like really want me to be a part of this. Because I get to do something that I love doing, and it contributes to something that hits so close to home. And I for a long time with a Street Fighter, like I kind of fell off. You know, it happens. You know, but I mean, this, like getting contacted by you to do something like this, like really put a lot into perspective. Like, you know, I can do what I love. You know, I could do what I love for people that I love. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm totally capable of doing that. So it just makes me want to work that much harder.
Yeah, and I saw you actually, there's like 3 people in that exhibition that are in the Conclash over the Royal Rivals exhibition. So it was Madam Bison, you, and Yasko were all in that. And I think you were on the team with Miria, and Madam Bison, it was, what is it, like you had some good stuff, but god damn it, she's good. Her Bison is scary.
Yeah, I was actually on the team with so she was actually on the team with Miria. I was on Marine's team.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah,
the
that
doo-doo squad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had to after that set, I had to dip. So oh my gosh, I was ready to go. I was ready to go 3-0. My soul was hurting. My soul was hurting. But gosh, I really lucked out and was able to turn that set around. And God, Madam Bison is a beast. She's a beast. After I won that set, I left for like 15 minutes. I was like, I need to catch my breath because that was a lot for me.
Yeah, that's
like, let me. Yeah.
Yeah, you take those way better. I mean, down here in SoCal, I think what got me to the place where people started recognizing me was I was on, shout out to Commander Jesse, by the way, he's in the chat, and he was also running the stream for WNF down here. There was a match that I played a Yuri in, and I like lambasted in the first round, got lambasted the second round, and in the third round I clutched it out. But in between rounds, I started smacking myself in the face really hard, because that's what I used to do when I did karate. Like, I'd have like either a teammate or my dad just hit me in the chest really hard to get me in that zone. And then now it's like, if I get on stream, I have a feeling like all the 818 boys are like, dude, when's he gonna slap his face? When's he gonna do it? And then every time I see it, every time I do it, my wife's like, what the fuck? I don't know this asshole. Like,
This man's crazy. What is
Yeah. But, we kind of share a similar reason to be doing this. Like, like you with your grandmother, me with my aunt. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like she was very important to your family. My aunt was the HBIC in our family. She's the eldest sister of my dad. She was the eldest sister of my dad, and she always had something like really sarcastic and snarky to say. She'd always pinch my cheeks up until I was like 28. She'd be like, "Oh, Mikey, you've got so big." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what." Let me do my Joe Coy voice. "Oh, Mikey, why are you getting so big?" I'm like, "Cause that's what happens when that time does that whole thing, I mean, just to share a little bit of a funny story. So my wife, this was like right after we got engaged. A month later, she had passed away. But my wife, the whole time, she's like, "I don't think your aunt likes me." I'm like, "Nah, she just got resting bitch face. That's just, she's just like thugging to like keep you in check." And then it wasn't like until we found out that, her health was declining that my aunt was like, "Thank you for having to deal with this shithead," basically me. She's waited till the end. In true dramatic Filipina fashion, just wait till the end to tell you the good news. You know what I'm saying?
You are hella Filipino, and I feel that. I
Yeah.
hella.
She was the HBIC, real talk. If she don't like it, she'd tell you something.
Period. That's just how the culture goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny that you say that. Yeah, my grandma, I have my other grandma. So my grandma that I'm fighting for, that's on my dad's side. So, she's Samoan. I actually watch my grandma now.
Talofa.
She's the Filipino one. Now, oh, okay. So you get it? Talofa.
Yeah, that's the Aiga, man. You gotta take care of it. I got my closest friends are Samoan, so it's like you kind of pick on little stuff,
That's fire. I love to hear that. We represent around here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to thank you again for like allowing me to be on this podcast and just be able to fight for something that really means a lot to both of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. I literally was like, when I was nervous, because you're of the opposite sex and I'm a married man. B, because I'm just saying, I'm sure we'll get into some debauchery later, but A, there's that. B, I was like, man, I'm like a stranger, and it's just gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, God, I hope she doesn't think I'm like some weird creeper. Like, I'm not trying to send you Richard Nixon's over the DM. There's no need, But then you're like, oh yeah, I'm down. And I was like, yes! Because in the last one we had Arliath too, so I'm like, every one of these, if there's a Vega I can put in here, that's what's gonna fucking happen. Because this is my shit. Call me Dana White. I don't give a fuck.
It's Claw Gang all
Yeah.
day. Shout out to the Claw family.
All game.
Arlie, Geki, Metro, like all the homies. Oh my gosh, this is for you guys.
Yeah. So, speaking of Claw, we all kind of have funny stories as to why we play the characters that we play, right? And Claw, I mean, if you look at the statistics, Claw over all the ranks is always in the top 10 as far as victories, but he always gets a lot of shit because they're like, oh, why do you play him? Play a stronger character, play G, or play, I don't know, Karen, or something. But like, what led you to the way of beauty? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is gonna sound, please continue to respect me, but it was easier. It was, for me, convenience. It was totally convenience. I always loved Vega ever since I was little. Like, oh my god. We'll get into that later. I've loved Vega since I was little, but the person that I was learning under was playing Vega. And I wanted to pick up Street Fighter V. I just thought it would be easier for me to just learn the same character as the person who's teaching me.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, I was just like, this is the prettiest bitch in the game. Wait a minute. Like, this is just me. I hate ugly too. Oh my gosh. Like, but yeah, no. Yeah, so pretty much convenience, but over time, like, I fell in love with the character and especially the community. Vega fam goes so hard and they are so willing to like teach you anything. I remember I had a tournament back at SAC Anime a couple years ago with our Lyeth, and of course like we made it to grand finals and he won, and he just went over all the things that I could improve on. Like they're just extremely helpful, and honestly like as much as everybody says that we should pick up a different character, I'm like, I don't know, I can't bounce out on the fam like that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. The first victory I ever got on my Ate was Vega, even though I played Honda the whole time. I just put her in the corner and slid until I learned how to play the game. But I just put her in the corner and slid, and I finally won. It was like 1 win to 300 losses in like the year we got the Super Nintendo. And she's like, okay, I'm done playing. I'm like, what? No, I gotta play you more. You know?
Wait, I'm winning.
Yeah. No, that's great. And you know what? I always make a joke because I play Honda and Vega. It's like Honda is my spirit physical animal, like my physical spirit animal, because I like the dad bod. You know, big power belly, no big deal. Who cares? You know, you're eating good. You're eating good. You're eating right. But you know, there's something about that absolute confidence in yourself where you can be like, it's kind of like the saying, lady in the streets but a freak in the sheets. Like you could be like a very like sophisticated dude, but if you cross him, he will kill you. It's great. It's like the juxtaposition of personalities is really, really awesome. But like, so you're playing Vega now, but what was your first fighting game? What brought you into this lifestyle of the fighting game community?
Oh my gosh, I never thought anybody would ask me that. It was just from like friends at the time. Like they were playing Street Fighter 4, and it was like at the end of 4's life. So when Ultra was going on, they were all watching a documentary. And gosh, I wish I remember what the documentary was, but it had like Justin Wong and Daigo and Snake Eyes and everybody in it, like all the OGs. And I was like, this scene is kind of fire. And then like I just kind of like dove into it, and I was like, okay, so this is basically like fast-paced chess. That's kind of how I saw it. And I'm like, and people get this hype over video games? Say less. So I didn't really get to, it was already the end of 4's life, so I didn't really get to learn much, but I actually started out with Sagat, because I just think he's so fire. I really do. And I would have made him a secondary in 5, but he's so slow. He's so slow in comparison to Vega, and I can't, like, after playing with Vega for so long, it's like hard for me to like go back into that. But yeah, pretty much just mutual friends, and then I really got into the scene with 4. But when I was little, I would play a lot of KI Gold and EX plus Alpha.
Sweet. I mean, yeah, it was basically Street Fighter 2 Turbo for me at the start, and then Super Turbo, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then skateboarding, weed, and girls. And then that was the gap of me stopping playing games. And I started working at Hori in like 2018, and then that kind of like, you know, like at the amateur night at the Apollo, that fucking hook, that was the hook. I was like, oh, okay, I'm playing video games now, you know?
the gacho ass.
Yeah, and then like I was like, oh, Vega, I kind of know him. And then like when I found out you didn't have to charge anything, I'm like, oh, cool, even better. Then I could be more active and yada yada yada.
Yeah, no, I learned how to play a charge eventually, but I gotta move. I can't hold down back forever. Especially with Vega, like gosh, if somebody like gets in on you, oh, it's miserable. Like you have to get in. Like get them before they get you, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's fun to watch people who play like counter Vega, but that's not me. I just want to murder you. That's like, yeah, like if you ever watch Jackass when when they're tackling Johnny Knoxville in Jackass 2, you're like, what's your job? Murder his face. That's how I go into every match.
It's just fun.
Murder his face.
It's fun. He has a claw. He's like, that's what he came to do. He came to assassinate. Like you could sit there and he has great poke buttons. You can lame him out all day and play in neutral, but your claw, you're the sexiest one in the game, and you're an assassin. You are an assassin ninja. Come on. Play the role. Play your part.
Yep.
Play your part.
Yeah, yeah, he's an awesome player, but yeah, he is a very awesome player, character rather. There is no but there. What I wanted to ask too is, so that was your kind of segue into fighting games, but like growing up, like what was like the first console you have? Do you have like siblings that you used to play with? Like what were the games that brought you to continue to play, to like bring you into fighting games, you know? So if you weren't traditionally playing fighting games as a kid, like what were you playing? What was little Lonnie playing as a little kid?
Little Lonnie has been playing for a very, very, very long time. And for my dad, oh my gosh, I'm a daddy's girl like crazy. He is the one that actually got me into everything. So, my first console was actually a PS1. My dad worked at Circuit City at the time, and he was always like about like new technology. And my first game I've ever played was Bust a Move. That was my thing. And I used to like go with my dad to work at Circuit City, and I would like, you know how they had like the demos up? I would just like wait
TV
until
upside and like controller with like some weird bungee thing that's like keeping the controller connected so it doesn't get stolen. Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, I would just do that for 8 hours a day. I would just sit there and play demos all day. And my dad, he always got like with fighting games, he always got like the EX series. So like he had the EX series on PS2, he had the EX series on PS1, and I really started there. I really God, I was wanting an EX character so bad in 5. I love Pulampurna. That's my girl. That's my girl. Her and Blair Dane. Oh, Blair Dane. I love her.
I was maybe Garuda man.
Oh, Garuda's fire. You could murder people with Garuda.
I like spike titties. You know?
He reminds me of Yoshimitsu, kinda.
A little bit, yeah. Same kind of a character archetype, like demon samurai kind of guy.
Yep. I mean, yeah, and then I played, my uncle also played a lot, so so KI Gold was actually the first game that I ever like labbed out. And I don't know much now. I was like 4 years old, and like my dad would like my parents separated, and then my dad would come and visit, and I would just like, cause I would sit in training mode with TJ Combo forever, and like I will murk my dad, and he'd be like, just like little 4-year-old girl just murking my dad, cause I would just practice all day, and he'd be like, so you want to go to the park instead? Let's go to the park instead. You don't need to do this right now.
So that's enough. Give me the controller. Let's go outside and have some normal activity.
Yeah, let's be 4 years old. I'm like, all right, come on, Dad, let's go.
Sweet. So aside from video games, like what else did you like? Did you play any sports? Like, what are some of like the other hobbies that you have? You know, like what gets your mind right for playing Street Fighter?
That I wish I played a sport. I wish I think my cousin is in the chat right now. I wanted to play volleyball so bad, but like we went to like, my cousins are the athletes in the family. Okay. Not me. I'm lazy. I'm so lazy. I'm more of like a mental worker. Like, yeah, I went to the first tryouts and my legs were dead. And then, yeah, she was like, come on, it's time for tryouts again. I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna play Morrowind. I'm gonna stay home and play Morrowind. But as far as hobbies go, honestly, like I'm aside from like playing video games, like you were talking about like Juxtapose earlier, like that's me, like to the T. Oh my gosh, I'm such a girly girl. I love makeup. Like that's what gets me going. Before I step on stream or before I go to tournament, if I just slay my face and I look real nice, like look good, feel good. That's my thing. If I look classy and just killing it, oh, 100%. 100%. I'm going in there with like the utmost confidence. I'm gonna rush you.
I mean, speaking of killing it, I mean, your Instagram and those tweets are killing it. I will say.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Not
The
today, though. Not
confidence.
today.
Not the confidence. That's where I'm coming from. You pervs in the chat.
Yeah. Don't be like that. But yeah, no.
Platonic compliment, fuckers.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta feel yourself, man. Gosh, I don't always. I'm very human. I am super human. But when it comes to Street Fighter and it comes to like getting ready and just being the most feminine thing that I am, like binding my femininity, binding my femininity and my masculinity. I mean, video games isn't really masculine, but
I get what you mean. You're surrounded by dudes. It's a sausage party. It's fine.
Yeah, period. Yeah, you know how it is.
I get it. Yes.
Yeah, binding those together, like, it just really makes me feel whole. I feel very whole, and I am in my zone. You know what I mean?
That's good. I mean, I completely agree with you. If you look good, you feel good, you play good, you sleep good. Like everything. I don't know if you ever watched Dragon Ball Super, but that one part where Roshi's about to do his last Kamehameha and he's like, eat good, feel good, live your life in like a weird, wacky, whimsical way. That's all me. That's how I like doing my thing. That part made me cry in Dragon Ball Super. I was just like, oh my god. Fuck.
That's me.
Yeah. I tried to show my mom that shit because she watched Dragon Ball and read the manga and stuff. And all she could say is, "This isn't animated as good as it was before." I'm like, "All right, fuck you, mom. I'm done." She's very critical. She's very critical. She loves what is it, Demon Souls? Like she dragged my dad to go watch the movie in a theater. Yeah, she's about that. She's about that anime life.
She's with the shits. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So. You brought me to a really good segue. So, over the pandemic, I read a tweet of yours. It said, like, I am feeling myself over this pandemic and I'm buying things that you wear for the people or yourself, right? And I just saw a couple of tweets of, what's her face? Space Cake, like, posting, like, some dude with his, like, ding-dong, like, a DM of his ding-dong or something. And I'm like, how bad is that? Like, that's gotta be terrible. I've never had an unsolicited tit pic sent to me, so I imagine I wouldn't enjoy it because there's one set that I like and married, so I don't need others or whatever. But like, I imagine getting a Richard Nixon in the DM isn't very fun at all. And has it happened to you? And it sucks if it did. Sorry to hear that, but if it has, I mean, what's the reaction? I mean, I don't know how it feels, because I'd imagine it does kind of, I don't want to say it sucks being, a girl in the FGC, but I'm sure it has its downfalls, aka unsolicited dick pics, unsolicited, like, attention, and, like, weird fucking people, But, like, what do you do to kind of, A, how's it feel? B, what do you do to, like, keep that to the side? And, what's the process? Because I wouldn't know, because I'm not a chick. I wouldn't know. I want to know. Teach me so you can teach all the others to not be such fucking weirdos.
You know what's hella funny is that I get that question so much, because I'm like, recently I've been out there. I've been feeling myself. I'm like,
and good for you, as you fucking should, queen. But sometimes I'm curious. It would be nice to know the other side of the coin,
I don't get them as often as people think I do. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Like, I get more like people, like, I assume it's because people think I'm goofy. Like, I get like stupid messages like, "Damn girl, you look good. Pay your rent for 6 months." I'm like, I don't reply, but I see you. Like, just like stupid things like that.
Left on red.
Yeah, seen 1 hour ago. Like,
seen.
Like, I mean, as far as unsolicited pictures, I have definitely gotten a couple of those, and I'm just like, I just hit the block. I'm like, man, this is being a girl is hard, and it's not even just like in the FGC, it's just in general. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
man, dudes are like, they Hail Mary. Like, it's just like, what I want to know personally is like, what goes through a guy's head like when they just Hail Mary that out? Like, what do they expect us to say? You're gonna be like, how you doing? Like, I I
I
get
don't
freaked
know.
out. I'm like, oh my gosh, where's your mom, dude? I'm gonna tell your mom.
Right? I mean, oh, don't tell my mom. There's always those people, you know. Don't tell
I'm
my
gonna
mom. Oh my God, no. I wouldn't know because I've never partaken in that unless it's with my partner. In which case, anything is all bets are off at that point because you're you know
Yeah,
you're in a
that's a
relationship. You know, that's kind of what happens. But yeah, no, I don't know. I've always been like kind of old school. It's like, hey, would you like to go to dinner? Or hi, my name is Michael. How are you? I find
Yeah.
you attractive in some like I don't know where that I don't know. Yeah, it's like you know you got to run the ball in a football game. You don't just fucking chuck it 80 yards and hope for the best.
Yeah, you
That's
don't just
it.
go
Does
out
kind
the
of feel
window.
desperate when you know like oh here's my ding dong haha.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Like I said, I am so grateful that I don't experience that a lot, but it is a question that I get asked quite a bit. So, oh, please, just keep them out. Keep them out. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable wearing that right now. You can send the goofy stuff to me. Make me laugh. I might not reply, but I see you. You're funny.
I mean 6 months rent is 6 months rent though. I'm just kidding.
Hey, shoot, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but you know, I think I've asked a couple of other of the female guests that I've had, but you know, FGC, you know, with things getting kind of a little bit more back to normal, like Summer Jam just happened in the East Coast, and I imagine there's gonna be more stuff in NorCal, Central California, and some of the other places where they're a little bit more, I don't want to say loose, but like have their shit together a little bit better. Like, what would be your advice from the other side if, you know, if you're a dude in the FGC and you're like, she's fine, what do I do? Like, what would be like some of the do's and some of the don'ts for you? Or in general, for you / for most women in general. I asked this question the last time, you know, and I will just preface this by saying good hygiene. That shouldn't have to be a thing for me to say, but it was a thing before the pandemic. It's an even bigger thing after the pandemic. And I know 80% of you motherfuckers don't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. Ugh, it's gross. As a dude, I said as a boy. As a boy. As a man, I'm like, bro, like I see him leaving. I'm like, don't let that guy borrow my arcade stick.
Yeah. you
Don't
got
fist
sludge
bump
on your
this
hands.
guy. Ugh.
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie. The first major I ever went to, it smelled like corn chips and toes. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, wash your booty. You know, practice good hygiene. Always number one, please. Anybody, like any gender, just wash yourself, please.
Don't be stanky.
Don't be stank. Like, but I mean, just honestly, man. I mean, like, as long as you're not hurting nobody, like, and you're not being like, you know, you're trying to force yourself on anyone or like impose, just be yourself. Like, really, like, you know, like you just be you. Be you. Be respectful, and just don't have ulterior motives, because that's what some people will try to like. Man, people will try to like scheme. There's some schemers out there. Yeah, just be yourself, dude. That's the best advice I have ever gotten, and that's for my dad and my you know, I really look up to that guy. So I mean, just be yourself. Don't do too much. Don't jump out the window, you know. And the right people will appreciate you for who you are.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. Beautifully said. I mean, you know, for me especially too, like my wife is a nurse. She's not in the FGC like I am. Like, you know, she's not out there like that, but you know, I like having her around. Like, is that something that is that like a prerequisite to like dating? Would you say that if you're dating someone, would it be easier to be someone in the FGC, or would it be easier if it were out, in your opinion?
Honestly, well, truthfully, I think that it would be a little bit easier if they were in the FGC, only because like we share, it's another thing that we can connect over. But I mean, like, I'm all about communication. That's the thing for me. I am not like I might be like very like when I dress up and do all that stuff. I could look vain as hell. I could act vain as hell. I play Vega.
You play Vega. We are vain.
Yeah, we're vain. You know, hey, it happens.
We're that '90s song.
You know what I mean?
I know what I want. I want it now. I want you because I'm Mr. Vain. Or you know, you never heard that song? I'll DM it to you if you never heard it. It's good.
Do it.
It's one of those dance hall songs from the '90s.
Okay, we could get down. I mean, yeah, like I could look like a vain person, but honestly, like personality and aura is the first thing that I get from someone. Like I can tell, like when you know, like I know when someone is being genuine. I'm very like sensitive to like how like people react. I'm very observant, and I mean, you know, my last couple choices like don't really or my last choice didn't really display that, but I mean, like, I look for the heart. I look for the heart first. You can look like a brick, dude, it's cool. I look like a brick right now, but yeah. Stop. Personality is everything. Like,
stop.
Just be you, dude. Just be you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I see the MF Doom tattoo. That's sick. Rest in peace. First time I ever heard MF Doom was in a skateboarding video. Actually, it was a dude from San Francisco. It was the one with the Kiss of Life, Sade's Kiss of Life in the background. I don't remember the song. I'm a terrible MF Doom fan. I just know the couple of songs I heard in a skate video. But I used to talk a lot.
Yeah.
But so how many tattoos do you have? Do you want more? Because I've got a few too. So I mean, like, what kind of drew you? I see the Shadowloo as well. So I mean, what kind of drew you to get the ones that you got?
Oh gosh, so I have 3. We're not gonna talk about this one. Oh, you can't really. Gosh, hold on. Actually,
you shouldn't have said nothing because I wouldn't have asked because I didn't see it. But now I'm gonna ask. This is a podcast. This is hashtag investigative journalism happening.
Listen, man. Listen. Hold up. Actually, let me turn on the light because it's getting dark in here. Hold on. One sec.
By the way, guys, while she's getting the lights on, make sure you guys mark your calendars for October 2nd. She's one of the chosen 8 in the Connoisseurs Clash. We're going to be raising some money for the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance. It's character locked, all first to 5s in a single elimination tournament. So looking forward to that. We have TatsunamiLani here if you're joining us in the middle of the podcast. The lights are on. We're talking about tattoos. So I'll let you start with whichever one you want. If you want to do them in chronological order, whatever. Let's
do that. We could do that. You know what? Forget it. You can't. Oh my gosh, you can't really see. I don't have a big light, and I can't find my like LED light remote. Like I said, I just got here on the plane, and I don't even know where anything is. My life is crazy. But I have like my first tattoo. It just has like February 17, 2012. Big mistake, I was so young and crazy, but yeah. I don't know if I want to get. I thought about getting it covered up, but to be honestly, this person that I got this tattoo for actually drove me to be a better player because he's very sexist, and I noticed that that's like actually like a thing in the like it's a thing in the female community. Is like they were driven by like a sexist dude at one point in their life to like get to where they are now. So yeah, I'm a little vindictive.
That's good. That's good energy, especially if you're playing a fighting game. The word fighting is in it.
I remember he told me I remember specifically he told me the only reason why I would ever get anywhere in the FGC is because I'm a girl. And I was like, okay, bet. All right, I was like, I guarantee you that I will get better than you in 1 month. And he just thought it was the most ridiculous thing. And now, like, it took me like a couple months to like get to gold. And like now that I like look back at it, I'm just like, I wish you would please play me today. Play me today.
Hey, if you have a name, I could set that up.
Oh, no, it's okay. I
Real
don't
talk,
want
I
anything
can set that
to
shit
do-
up. I'm great at setting up beef matches.
It be- oh,
I'll throw money at it. I'll even throw money at it. I'll give money to the winner. I don't even care because I'm built like that.
we're petty over here. We're petty.
We play
yeah.
Vega. We don't like ugly things. Clearly,
At
what he did
all.
to you was an ugly thing.
And
So
very
you gotta kill it.
aggravating. Yeah, no, see? I'm like, haha. Like, now I'm really good
Look at you now
know,
on the Battle History podcast
gang,
on the
gang,
basis
gang.
of your performance, not because. Okay, well, that excuse doesn't really work because I did say it was all women, but that's not why. That's not why.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That was just happenstance. That was serendipitous that it's that. But anyways, yeah, please.
Yeah. Don't worry. No, I've had my moments in tournaments, you know, like where we're mixed.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, no worries. I kind of want to keep it there just because I'm just like, all right, you know, I wanted to prove I had something to prove. And then yeah, I have my Shadowloo tattoo. You can't really see, it's dark, it's still dark in here.
Mhm.
That was on a whim, but that's when I started like getting good with Vega. I was like, we rep Shadowloo over here. And then this MF Doom tattoo, it's gosh, rest in peace. Oh, I never cried over a celebrity. But I actually got this last Friday, and it says it's lyrics from Question, featuring Curious, and it's a villain in your land, in his land, a ruler, and it kind of just talks about like he raps about his brother who had passed away, and it just kind of it hurt because I'm just like, now you can be with your brother, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm really sensitive about stuff like that. I love him. I love him. Anybody who knows me knows that I love Doom.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great rapper, great artist. Like I said, I'm a little ashamed that I don't know more, but I've only listened to him on surface level. Like for whatever reason, a lot of like NorCal skateboarders like MF Doom. So when you watch like I don't know if you've ever been to San Francisco, FTC, the skateboard shop, FTC. Well, it's FTC. It's for the city, is what it stands for. And a lot of those videos had MF Doom in the montages. So like there was like the main guys that had a segment. And then this was like, the homie section. It was always like MF Doom or whatever else. So I'd always listen to him that. J. Rue the Damager in Static 2. So like, you know, I like a lot of the weird hip hop, but most of it I've heard because of skateboarding.
Hey, they know how to pick their music. It's that abstract underground that we love. That jazzy abstract underground.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're playing Vega FGC, like we were talking, like I would say it is. Yeah, you know when they say it's easier for women to make it as a streamer, as a FGC or whatever else. To be honest with you, I think it's quite the opposite. And what I mean is from a having to deal with shit perspective, because you're always gonna have that cloud hanging over your head for most dipshit dudes who are like, ugh, you just have tits, man. You know, there's that crowd. The Cro-Magnon crowd, and there's like the crowd, like, you know, all the people in the Kagiwara Funhouse, shout out to the Discord server, and you know, just people who are like, yeah, they're just playing, what does it fucking matter? Like, this is what I love about the FGC, is like the only sport where your gender means fucking nothing. What means something is whether you show up to play.
Yeah.
And that's what I love, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean, I feel like over time, it's gotten like less sexist. It's gotten a lot less sexist. I mean, it's still rampant, but I mean, like, back in the day, they didn't care. Like, they said anything. I actually, you know what? There was a tournament.
Stories, yay.
There was a tournament that I had watched. And I can't remember what the video was, but it was two women playing, and I think it was like back in 2014. And the guys that were commentating were so disrespectful, like, about the women, like, that were playing. Like, they just, like, were talking about them like they just didn't know what they were doing, and they were just laughing at them the whole time. So it's stuff like that that like really makes it, it makes it difficult. Like it's just toxic. It's like nobody wants to like be talked down on, while they're trying to enjoy themselves. Like
ain't no one trying to hear that shit either.
Yeah, like what? Like there's guys that suck, there's girls, there's non-binaries. Like like skill level isn't like restricted to gender, but they seem to like really pick at they love to pick at women. They sure love to pick at women, but that's okay. That's okay, baby, because we're we're getting louder and we don't play that no more at all.
No, and as you shouldn't. And I mean, you know what? That's kind of the reason why I wanted to go the route that I was going with this Con Clash is, I'm like, dude, there's so many good players that just happen to be girls. Like at this point, yeah, ovarian cancer research, I don't have ovaries, it doesn't affect me. So why am I gonna get a bunch of dudes whom this thing can't affect? Like, that's why I went the route that I went. But realistically, like, the field of women that we have for the tournament, it's scary, because I mean, I don't know about you, but your first match, let's segue into this. So your first match is Glitter Gaming. I met her, or I watched her through King Rex's stream. Shout out to King Rex, he's a Battle History alum. But what do you expect? What kind of performance do you expect to bring this time around? Because we already talked about it. We're both affected by by ovarian cancer in a way that we lost a family member. So in this case, in this field of 8, I would probably have to say you're one of the 8 that have more to prove, in that you're here for more than yourself.
For sure. Gosh, I'm glad that you brought up Glitter, because Glitter is crazy. We played, I believe she either knocked me into losers or out of tournament when Queens of Quarantine was a thing. And I remember when I lost to her, I was just like, she outplayed the shit out of me. She outplayed me. Like, there is nothing that I could say at all. She outplayed me to the dirt. And so when I think about the fact that she's like my first match, I'm just like, oh, I have to really, really, really practice, because she's scary. She is tough. So that's what I'm going to be putting my time into. Like win or lose, I'm grateful to be a part of something so great and something beyond me. But I definitely want to win this for Grandma. I mean, like I said, I have her name. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And
it's probably a nice cherry on the top that you'll win $100. Also, yeah, I've been saying on my Twitch this whole time, I'm giving away a fight stick to the winner too.
Oh, word? Oh, shoot. Say less. Say less.
Yeah. From Hori, by the way. That's where I work. Keep me employed, guys. Yeah, but yeah, I'm giving away a fight stick as well. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to customize it and make it like a cool trophy, but $100 and a fight stick ships to you from me if you win the whole thing. Which, I mean, the field, the field's pretty scary. I mean, we have a diverse cast of character players. I mean, we have Yasuko playing Karin, Miss Patty playing Ken, Pichan playing Ed, Madam Bison, don't have to say it, Chobokin's playing E Honda, Glitter with the poison, and my wife's secret Ibuki that we've been training. Ooh. She's in there for me because I can't play, because I wanted it all, like, all women. I'm not a woman, so I was just like, hey babe, can you get in here for us, for the aunt that you thought hated you but really doesn't?
Hey, we're all here for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but apart from that, so of the 8, I mean, character-wise, I won't say player-wise because I don't want to like get into some contrived beef and be like, oh look, she said something on Twitch clip, but character-wise, I mean, what would you say Poison is probably your least favorite matchup of the 8 characters that I just said?
No.
No? Who?
Honda. Honda. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is because I'm the one, I've dished out some pretty bad Honda clappings. Literally. Just V-Skill 1.
Yeah, he comes from the air. He can cross you up. I'm not ready. I am not ready for that.
Just V-Skill 2, the butt slam. Get out of the way. And then don't follow through. That's what I was watching our live do in the last one, because Arleth had a Honda player. He had Prototype in the first round. It was him versus Prototype in the first round of the last Con Clash.
How did it end up being?
I think it went like 1-3 to Prototype, because Arleth, he said he was like, I was doing dumb shit.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta. Gotta do what you gotta do. He be all over the place. I'm like, you know what? They can't play. Like I've said before, they can't play mind games with you if you're not thinking. Mm-hmm.
That's my strategy with Honda. Just zero. My strategy is no strategy. Zero strategy.
Just do, dude. Just do. If you can.
Anti-air and then hands, and then throw in a headbutt there. Everything happening. October 2nd is the date, so we're literally almost a month out. So that does give you, what I like is, I wanted to space it out so it gives you a lot of time to train for your first opponent. And then after that, it's like all on your skill, you know? And I think, you know, the last set you played with Glitter, since it was a tournament match, it's probably like first to 2, right? It's gonna be even different because it's gonna be a first to 5. All of the matches are first to 5.
That's the real test.
Yeah,
that's the real test.
It is. So, like, you know, sometimes you'll have 2 great matches, and then the other player will start playing like shit for whatever reason. This is really, like, what I love about doing these is test your mental stamina. It really tests how much you play up here. And I think, you know, I've watched some of your playbacks, and, you know, I love how you play, because I want to copy it. I want to take some of your shit, just by the way. Trying to get to that road to diamond. You know, but yeah, I don't use the light kick enough. I don't do light crouching jab roll enough. I know how to Barcelona the fuck out of people, but that's unsafe as hell. But when it hits, woo, max damage and fucking crazy flashy points, because, you know, we Filipino Imelda Marcos in this bitch. You know, but yeah, I think that first round is going to be great. You know, you talked about not wanting to deviate from Vega, but are there any other characters that you play, like, just for shits and giggles? You're like, oh, let me pop a casual match in, let me play some, I don't know, Ryu, or like some Chun-Li, or anything like that.
Hell no, I like to win. I'm here to win. I know that I'm going to die. I tried playing Poison because I really like her as a character, but I'm just like, I can't. You know what? Let me just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just gonna stick with Vega. But hey, but watch out for me in Guilty Gear though. I'm coming for Guilty Gear.
Who you play in Guilty Gear?
I decided I'm gonna play Axel. I'm tired of playing B tier. I'm gonna play Axel. So yeah, if I could just be Vega from full screen. You judge me if you want to. I
play Faust.
I want to win, bro. Faust? Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't he hard to like play with? He's like,
to be honest, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing with the game. I just like to mash buttons and hope for the best in that particular game. And the fact that I like Faust because he just like throws shit at you and it's random. So I'm just like, oh look, chaos. Yes, give me more chaos.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Here's an afro, and I'm gonna throw you. Go fuck yourself. Bye bye. You know, but yeah, it's a fun game. Guilty Gear is also fun as well. So I mean, apart from Street Fighter, what other fighting games do you like to play, whether casually or competitively, or has it been just Street Fighter this whole time?
It's like mainly Street Fighter, but I play a little bit of. I've dabbled. I dabbled in Fightcade. I like playing. Man, there was a point in time where I would play like a lot of Breaker's Revenge. Mm-hmm. I really liked that. What else? I like to play like that old school JoJo's game. Oh, I also played what's it called? The PS3 JoJo's game a little bit. Like I toy around with it. I don't get too technical. Sometimes I just like to see something different, you know, like travel somewhere else. But yeah, most of my focus, like my focus just goes to Street Fighter 5. I am not the smartest I'm a very slow learner and I cannot spread myself like, you know, in other areas. So I know me. If I want to do really well, I have to put my all into like one thing. I wish I was talented. Yeah.
I feel you. That's how I used to be when I was a kid too. Like I did karate for a really long time. and that was the only thing I was doing. And I did judo for a minute, and that's the only thing I was doing. Did jujitsu. Like, I couldn't do all of them at the same time. Then, like, my cousin started fighting, and I'm like, fuck, I have to do everything? God damn it, what the fuck? Like, don't punch me, I just want to grapple you. Like, I just want to hug you on the cage and just stomp your feet and just hit you. Like, I don't want to do anything else. Yeah, but I feel you on that, because it's hard. It's, some people are just immensely talented at fighting games, and some people really have to work for it, and I know I'm one of those people. I've been working my ass off for platinum. Yay me, yay. That just happened last week. Yeah, it was on stream.
Congratulations.
I was one and dunning people. I was doing it so scummy, but I didn't give a shit. I don't care. I get what I need to do. I just get the points and run. Just take the money and run.
Hey, sometimes, like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what? Actually, I got a story for like platinum. Short story.
Sweet.
I was when I was struggling in Super Gold back in like 2018. Ultra Gold. When I was struggling in Ultra Gold, I went to NCR, and I'm actually pretty cool with like Knuckle Dude. Like we talk every time like we meet up at a major, and he told me what would really help me out is to just take the throw. Just take the throw, and take that 120 damage instead of, like a quarter health. And I went home after NCR that year, and I got platinum in the hour.
Nice.
Take the throw. I can't. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I take it a little too literally, but take the throw. Just take the throw.
Sweet. I will take that advice. I'll try and take that advice, but my instinct might kick in and be like, ah, throw tech. Like, just. I'm not good at reading throws, so I end up taking the throw all the time anyway. Even though, like, it's unintentional. I'm like, you threw me. Whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, hey, I feel it. Do what you gotta do.
So, E Honda is your least favorite matchup, right? What is your most favorite matchup? Like, who do you, huh?
Oh, sorry.
No, Abigail?
I was quick. Abigail.
Nice. The match that made me like playing against Abigail was when Doom Snake, shoutouts, mi amigo, mi hermano, our hermano from Panama beat Itazan and Brazil. I remember this vividly because when I was watching it, I was in a parking lot waiting for Popeyes, and I was watching it on my phone while I was waiting for the Popeyes to be done being cooked.
Real dudes do real things.
I don't remember why I was at Popeyes. I don't know if I was going over to my family's house or... But yeah, that was the match. Because I remember he was doing the roll, and then like Doomstick was like, here's a jab. Like, no thank you.
Yeah.
No. Like, it's so simple. He's like, no.
Yeah, just stay away from me. That's it. Like, we have the range and the speed for Abigail. That is a perfect matchup. I see Abigail, I'm like,
Yeah, and you can EX Barcelona him from full screen when he does like a button and it hits him because he's so fucking tall.
Yeah,
it's the best thing ever.
We get the benefits with tall characters. I could also heavy slash. I could also cancel into heavy slash because it hits higher and that wouldn't hit like shorter characters. Yeah. I can't always just jump on him, like, but it's a little easier to do it. Like I can do I could do V skill 1 when he like charges his punch. I could just like evade that. Like my spin during V skill 1 is like completely invincible, or not completely invincible. It's invincible after a certain amount of frames. I could just spin and then I could just finesse you. Like it's stupid. I love playing against Abigail.
Yeah, we might have to run some. I would like to one day run the gauntlet of characters that I mildly seriously play and see how good they are. Because I play Honda and Vega as main, and then number 2 would be Seth, and then a very far number 3 would be Abigail and Urian. As weird as that sounds, I just like all the mirror shit. I like all the flashy mirror shit. I want to make you talk to the man in the mirror and make you make that change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You need to look at yourself real quick.
Yeah, look at yourself. Yeah, take a look at yourself and make that change. Yeah, but you're in NorCal. NorCal Regionals was a thing. Unfortunately, it's not a thing right now because of the whole situation with the world. And Evo just announced that they're going to be going back to Vegas at, I think, Caesar's Palace, was it? Or somewhere different. It wasn't the Mandalay Bay Event Center anymore. But what's the next big tournament you're thinking about going to? Because, I mean, if it's closer to our side, it's, you know, we could drive there 4-6 hours, no big deal, no plane necessary, you know. But, like, what, do you have, like, a few majors or minors? Ranking, there's the word, ranking events that you have in mind for next year? If all things go better and people wash their hands and shit.
Well, not that I definitely want to go to Evo. I've never been to Evo before.
For real?
So that's, yeah, dude, never been to Evo. I was supposed to go one year, and I just didn't end up going. But yeah, definitely Evo for sure. And I'm honestly thinking about if CEO happens this year, definitely CEO.
Because it's gonna happen in Orlando, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
You just came back from here, so that's perfect.
I just came back there. It works, you know. But yeah, definitely, I would love to go to CEO. That's the, I think. I mean, if they're still like selling badges for it, hopefully they are.
Yeah, I'd have to say, because every Evo that has happened since 2018, I had to go work because we have a booth there. But next time, I'll definitely be competing and working. So go to the pool, go to the booth, go to the pool, have a match, go to the booth, have a match, go to the booth. It'll be a little bit hectic, but it'll definitely be worth it. I haven't really been competing all that much because I've been just quietly leveling up and quietly sharpening the claws. But, you know, looking forward to the next Evo for sure. If there's something in Arizona, I'll probably go out there because my wife we have family out there, so we had a place to stay. It's nice. They're building a pool at their house. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if I go 0-2, just gonna go back to the crib and just hang out with the fam.
Right, I'm gonna go swimming with the family.
Yeah.
Like, I'm, you know.
So I guess we'll get in, since Con Clash is coming up. Why should people tune in? What's the draw? What do you think the draw is, and why should people be invested in you playing in it? So I'm gonna ask you to cut a promo on yourself, because the reason why I'm doing these is because I want people to be invested in the players. Like, I couldn't give a shit about what character you're playing, although that does add entertainment value if you see, I don't know, a Ryu for some reason. But, you know, like, I just want people to know the player, not the character. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you could just big up yourself. This is your stage to big up yourself. All bets are off. This is all about you.
Oh man, I'm not good at this because I don't like really like talk about myself like that in that light often. But you know what?
Take it, girl.
If there's anybody who's watching that have like watched my streams over the years, it's because I finesse. Like that's what we do. Like I'm going to put, you know, I am here. You know I'm here, and I'm gonna give it my all. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, and being myself has like really gotten me far. So I'm going to reflect that in my play. I know it's not like the hypest thing in the world, but you know, hey, if you come to see a real ass person, you know, come watch me play.
October 2nd, you guys heard it. Connoisseurs Clash. It's for charity this time. Man, that's awesome. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really glad that you said yes, that you took the invitation and you wanted to become one of the Chosen 8. That's going to be the new hashtag now, Chosen 8. That just came to my head. That's what it's going to be. You know, yeah, I mean, do you want to see more of these sorts of events happen in the FGC where, because I mean, to be honest with you, you know, tournaments are cool. Tournaments are really great, but I think what makes a tournament fun is when you watch like a Capcom stream and you watch a match of, even if the guy or girl didn't make it into the top 8, you just remember that match, you're like, fuck, that guy was good, or that person was good. I keep saying guy because that's just what we do. Like, we call people dude. We're from California. Everyone's a dude, you know? Good burger. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
We're all dudes.
You know? But, you know, do you want to see more of these sorts of events where you're like, look, here's this person, they're playing, you should give a shit because they're playing. Not like, here's a tournament of a bunch of like 1,000 random people, and here are the 8 people that you should care about. When there's so many matches that happen in a tournament that you watch on the side and there's like 18 people going, "Ah!" Like, you know, that I want to make those moments happen and be in the mainstream. But do you want to see more people doing this sort of like event, you know?
100%. 100%. I think what you're doing is amazing. It is like, honestly, it's like a privilege to be interviewed, and like, you know, just I think that would be really good, because I mean, a lot of people just like kind of look at the characters like, you know, like I don't feel like unless you're like a top player, and like I feel like the top players deserve that. They put in hard work. It's a hard industry to be in, like, but you know, there's like, humanize the players, like, you know, like, here's why we're here, you know. Everybody needs something to like relate to beyond the character, and I feel like it adds like a more like sentimental value, and I'm a very sentimental person, so maybe my views are a little biased, but you know, I definitely would love to see more podcasts like this, where like you really just dive into who's playing and why they're there, and you know, I feel like it would bring in more of an audience into like the FGC. I think it's a really nice, it's a nice homey touch to it.
I appreciate it, you know, and that's my thing too. It's like, I know where my skill level's at. Top 64 is probably the best I'll ever do. And that's not being down on myself, that's just being realistic. I'm married, I have a full-time job, there's only so many nights in the week that I can play games, you know? But if I could create something that was like, hey, here's these people, they're cool. Like, fucking watch these people. Like, you should give a shit. Like, you know, me personally, I watched a lot of MMA when I was growing up, and I was super into like one-night tournaments. They'd always take like 8 of the baddest motherfuckers, and they'd have to fight in one night. And I'm talking about like actually like kickboxing or MMA. That's grueling as fuck. But so that's why I put that first to 5, because first to 5 suck. They suck. They're hard. They're hard.
Yeah.
You know?
You got time to adapt, like, or they got time to adapt to you. So you know.
Or you just get tired and you drown, right?
Yeah.
So you really, it's really like where the skin meets the teeth. I don't know what the fucking saying is, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel it.
But to kind of go on a funny story, when my wife said, "Yeah, I'm down, let's go," I was hoping, because she has Chobokins in the first round, she plays Honda. I was hoping that she'd get either you or her or you, because I'm like, oh, then I can train her in the matchup and she'll be okay. Like, she'll have a good chance, you know? So now that she has Honda, I'm like, okay, cool. There's a chance there, but you know, she's a casual player. She just wants to represent for the family. But you know, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're part of the Chosen 8, and you know, usually I have like a funny game to end with at the end of the podcast, but because I was supposed to get ready for 2 in a row, I wasn't very good at it. But you know, to go back on the whole, I hate to do this, but to go back on the whole Richard Nixon slid in DM subject.
Yeah.
So it hasn't happened to you often, thank God. Don't fucking do it, people. What is it like when you saw it? Was like, like, Were there any you were impressed with? Where you're like, oh wow, unsolicited, but good on you, man. Delete.
Man, no, dude, no.
No, not even down.
I'm like, you are harassing me, dude. I just woke up. What the fuck?
Looking like this and shit.
Yeah. Hell no. Period. Don't do that. Don't do that. And especially don't do it to Space Cake, because she'll light you up. She'll light you up. So don't do it at all.
You know what I love about that picture? Someone else took it. It's not even like good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like this. Like, he was like this, but naked. And his little ding ding right there. His little ting ting.
How do you ask someone to take a picture like that? You're like, take it like, you know, take it like this. I think this is a good angle. Oof. No.
I mean, dang. That's,
don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Richard Nixon pics are not ever, unless it's with your significant other and you're like, hey, I'm coming home, you know? In which case, that context, it's fine because you have that mutual agreement with each other. Yeah, that's. Oh my god, why'd I end there? Or why, not end there, but why'd I ask that? Because it's hilarious. That's
It's
why.
okay. It's okay. Like I said, that's a question that I get a lot, like more than anything. So.
Nice. But, you know, again, I'm really happy you're in the Chosen 8. I'm really happy you stopped by. This was great to get to know you, and I'm sure when we cross paths, I'm just gonna give you a big bro hug, and we're gonna just hug it out. Hopefully when whatever the next major is, my wife will be there too, so you can meet both of us. We're the Kagiwatas, because this is both of our channel, except that you have to look at my face all the time. But you know, before we go, tell us where we can find you, your social medias, what you're up to, you know, what, and also again, like what you're gonna bring, what kind of heat or what kind of beauty you're gonna bring to the Conclash October 2nd.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter at TatsunamiLani. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of a little crazy. So TatsunamiLani. Yeah. And then my IG is Tatsuna_XO. I do stream, so you can follow me at TatsunamiLani as well. I haven't been streaming as of lately, but I have been actually doing some underground things this past week, and I am actually going to be, I know I say it a lot, if you followed me before, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream. Nah, for real, I got to, especially with this tournament coming up. So catch me on stream. I'll be updating my Twitter, giving a set schedule for that. And yeah, if you wanna see a regular real person, you know, finesse it out, come October 2nd.
Yeah, I can attest to it. Some of the matches that I watched her play, like some of the playbacks that I saw in your ranked, I'm like, oh wow, I've never seen so. It's like watching G rob someone. I'm like, some of the comebacks that I've seen you have, and some of the matches I've seen you where it's just basically like the ghetto perfect, like block a fireball but you died. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna steal all this shit. I'm gonna borrow it, but I'm gonna call it my own. But I'm not gonna steal.
It's okay. We all do it. Hey,
Yeah.
just do it optimal. Do the optimal.
Exactly. But, you know, as for me, this is Mr. Kagiwata. To my that way is TatsunamiLani. See her October 2nd for the Connoisseurs Clash, 2 p.m. She's got a big reason to fight for the tournament. You know, big ups to Grandma Lani. Rest in peace, you know, and we appreciate you being here, and I expect nothing but a bloodbath. I mean, you know, yeah, my wife's in it, you're in it too, Chobo's in it too. There's 3 people that play my characters. Like Miss Patty's awesome, Yasko's great, Glitter's awesome. Like I can't pick a winner because that would make me biased, number one. But number two, like it just, I can't call it. I really can't call it. It's anyone's ball game at this point. But you know, as for me, guys, this is Mr. Kagiwata. Thank you so much for tuning into the Battle History podcast. Playback will likely be on YouTube tomorrow. And yeah, I just hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Wash your ass, wash your hands, mouthwash, all that jazz. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace.